that must be a bitter pill to swallow.
Better luck next time, buddy.
That wall. Just
The wall cometh to all of us.
Yep.
yes.
Men too, the wall cometh for us too. Just when we're 80. Not 40. That's the difference.
Dang.
But the wall cometh for everyone. She still had to find a way to throw some jabs in there. Her feminist ideology couldn't let her get away with it without throwing a couple of jabs in there for the dudes like this. Because y'all ain't going to college, y'all ain't successful, y'all some boom. And she had to throw that in there.
Come on now, dog.
She had to throw that in there. I saw she threw a little bit up, a little something in there.
Yep,
think so?
Because these men out here ain't no good. There ain't enough of them. That's the real issue.
All right, we ready?
You ready? You ready? You ready?
Welcome
To the J&O Show.
what we talk about.
Things that we were never told them, Jay.
Now I'm O.
And now you know.
Let's go!
What up, y'all? How y'all doing? We are back in the building, y'all.
Yes, and today, y'all, we're gonna I'm just gonna jump right into it. You already see the thumbnail, you know what it's about.
Yeah.
The reality that needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision-making instead of on the back half.
Well, that was the clip I wanted.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, change gon' come. Change gon' come. It's crazy to me how when you see a feminist like her, I don't know if she considers herself one, but she is,
Yep.
to come and say everything the Reverend Minister Campbell said was true.
Yep.
That must be a bitter pill to swallow.
Better luck next time, buddy.
That wall. Just
The wall cometh to all of us.
Yep.
yes.
Men too, the wall cometh for us too. Just when we're 80. Not 40. That's the difference.
Dang.
But the wall cometh for everyone. She still had to find a way to throw some jabs in there. Her feminist ideology couldn't let her get away with it without throwing a couple of jabs in there for the dudes like this. Because y'all ain't going to college, y'all ain't successful, y'all some boom. And she had to throw that in there.
Come on now, dog.
She had to throw that in there. I saw she threw a little bit up, a little something in there.
Yep.
Think so?
Because these men out here ain't no good. There ain't enough of them. That's the real issue. Wow. Wow.
Sorry, y'all. We was just watching the best of Martin.
It's slowly but surely we gonna see all of the people that have been fighting against all of this information slowly one by one. Come back and say, you know what, it was fine. I'm not gonna give Kevin Samuels no credit.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna give Rolo Tomasi no credit. I'm not even gonna give Fresh and Fit with their stinking behinds no credit. I'm tired of them. We gonna act like we came up with this on our own. Credit your sources. Was it Anton Daniels? Was it O'Shea Dude Jackson? Was it him? Who was it? Was it Medium Man?
Yep.
Was it him? Was it Angry Man? Yes, these are all of the people in the Red Pill and Red Pill
Medium
adjacent.
Man.
Yes. Was it Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews? Was it Poor Man Podcast Reacts? Who did you get the information from?
Was it us?
Was it us? Well, you know anything can happen. Yep. But I'm just saying. Who did you get all of this information from? Him? I find it amazing how everyone just slowly bow down to the truth. Yep. Not to me, not to Kevin, not to the truth. Yep. This is the truth of the matter. No one cares about your money. No one cares how nicely your slick back is pulled, how tightly it wraps upon your head. So that you can wear your suit and look professional.
My baby hairs.
Sorry, we don't care about the baby hairs, fake baby hair. We just did a video and we talked to y'all about these baby hairs. Now look, if your forehead is massive.
Wait, insert clip. Here.
This is what happened when all your girlfriends got really big foreheads. This is what happens.
Really?
With all these women,
forehead?
their forehead is so big and they be getting all of these fake baby hairs. That's why, see, baby hairs is only supposed to be a little bit on here. It's a little bit on the edge.
Really?
If you can sit up there and comb over your comb over baby hairs is just as bad as the dude that's combing over his bald spot. Y'all both look bad. I don't understand why men in today's society is walking around with George Jeffersons right now. I don't understand. Y'all know what it look like and you doing it still. You got the nerve to go and edge up all around here. You got a bald spot on your head, brother. Y'all sitting up there combing over your 5 head. Look, be like me. Be brave. Just go bald. So, all of that to say, if your forehead is massive, just be like me. Go bald. This had nothing to do with the video at all. Look, man. Because you wanna just be like, yeah, I told you, you ain't worth what you think you worth. You stick it. You talking about the bus? You are not even good enough for the bus driver.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
With your shriveled... No, I'm not going to say it. I was going to go all the way up there. I was going to say with your shriveled up eggs. I'm not going to do that. I was going to go way over there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to talk about...
You kind of just did.
No, I'm not going to talk about the eggs and how shriveled they are. I'm not going to talk about how they're over easy, maybe hard boiled. We're not going to talk about the lack of freshness that we're talking about here. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be a gentleman about this because the reality is she didn't know. Yep. Can I be upset with her for not knowing these things that I didn't even know? When did I really come into a lot of this stuff? When we were in Charlotte. So at this point, it's maybe been 4 years.
So here's the thing.
So this a lot of this is new to me too. I didn't understand a lot of this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest about everything. I didn't know either, so I can't really be mad at her. I was joking, y'all. I had to get the jokes in. Yep. But in all honesty, I didn't know a lot of this stuff either. The importance of relationships and marriage is not really given its full weight in American society
at all.
And you would think, because it is a very big part of American society, but it's still not given its full weight because we're being told that there are other things that are more important that are not.
Like getting your bag. Yep. But what I was going to say was that the thing is, what I would like to know is for influencers, people like her and others who are now coming to the realization. I mean, she came out and she said it on this particular episode. I want to know if they're going to make it their duty, since they were sounding a different soundboard. You know what I'm saying? Like saying like, oh, well, no, sis, you need to do what makes you happy and go get your bag and elevate and you need to be a high value woman, blah, 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 blah. I want to know, are you going to go ahead now and change that tune and not just put it out just once, but that is now your conversation. Like, is that now your speech that you're giving when you're speaking in public about relationship and yourself and this, that, and the third? Because you've put this narrative out there. Lord knows how many women you have influenced, young women you've influenced, telling them that this is not important. And they've already started on that path and fallen into the whole extreme feminist ideas or ideologies where, like, you know, you don't need a man or all men are trash and those different types of things. I wonder if they're going to now change that and change their conversation completely to be like, hey, I was wrong. Like, don't just say, like, that was nice and all and everything like that, but actually put it out there. I was wrong for saying this, that, and the third, and this is really what it is. And that's the issue that I have.
Full stop. They're not. Definitely not.
That's the issue that I have, because it's one thing for you to put that out there and say that, but a lot of people have been saying that.
Right.
You need to now come out and say, like, okay, well, I was wrong. I didn't know.
Right.
Or maybe I just didn't want to see it, or whatever the case may be, but actually put it out there. I was wrong, like, own up to your ish, so that way people get it. They hear it, like, oh, dang, she's not just saying this because other people know I was wrong. These are the consequences now that I'm living with, so that it hits home. People are able to relate to you when they understand, or when they feel that it's genuine, that it's coming from you, it's something that you've experienced, because now they can relate to you, and it's not just you speaking like in general terms or broadness or what you heard other people say. No, this is the life that you've created based on your thought process, and this is what you were spewing and saying, and now you realize, yo, I messed up, I was wrong, this is how I was wrong, and now this is what I have to deal with. This is my pick of the litter now. I don't really have that many options, and I realize, like, okay, I do want companionship, I do want to be married, I do want these things, but now because I have this, that, and the third, the guys that I would want don't want me. From that basically perspective is what I'm saying.
Well, one thing I know, she kept on saying your perceived fertility and stuff.
It's not perceived.
We didn't sing it.
Cap! No. Remember your pressure points.
Well, she was saying it from the perspective of, because you could be a 40-year-old woman, and for whatever reason, whether it's genetics or if it's because you're very fit and you eat a certain way, where you could have the health in your eggs of someone who's 25 for various reasons, but that's on a person by person basis. And I know that that's where she was coming from, but part of the reason that she did that is because she couldn't accept that for the majority of people, as time passes, the quality of the eggs you have, and it's not just the quantity of eggs. A lot of people, I think that it's talking about how many eggs you have, and it's not just about how many eggs you have. And I think what you're probably about to say is, even if you're that person that has these great eggs in you, you're 40 and you can get pregnant, and the egg quality that you have now is akin to the average 25-year-old. When you were 25, the eggs you had were probably phenomenal. Like, not just as good as a 25-year-old, they were probably super high, which means that your baby was probably going to be much healthier, have a opportunity to have, you know, maybe, who knows, maybe just smarter. It could have been, I don't know 100% how the chromosomal abnormalities that happen as you age and your eggs age. I don't know exactly how that affects your child, especially in the long term.
Right.
Like, does it mess with their cognitive abilities, their mental abilities? Is it just all physical? I don't know exactly how that plays into everything.
I don't know all the specifics. And this is what I'm saying as far as speaking like in general terms or trying to save face, because that's what I feel like. That's basically what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
No, don't say it's not perceived.
Yeah.
It's scientifically proven. The older you get as a woman, the quality and quantity of your eggs diminish.
It does.
Yes, there are cases here and there, what have you, where there are women over 40, they have healthy, beautiful babies.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Yeah.
But that is not the rule. That's the exception.
Right.
And when you're going to put statements out there like that, you have to be very careful, because everybody that's listening to you is going to feel like they're the exception.
Ain't that right? He ain't lying. That's right.
And that's not the case. That is not the case. Like, we have to be realistic and understand that you're putting yourself and your unborn child at risk. There are things that you can do to try to help offset that, but women need to know, like, there is a danger zone. Like, once you get to a certain age where you have to be concerned about your child being born with different type of birth defects.
Yikes.
We came across a study. We'll try to find it and this is just one of them.
Right.
We'll put it in the description. We'll try to find it and put it in there. But this is a study that we looked at like a year or so ago, or early this year. I can't even remember. But yes, they talked about basically the quality and the quantity of your eggs actually starts to diminish by the time you hit puberty, which was crazy.
Yeah, from like
I'm
13
like,
on. From like 13 on, the quality is going down, which is why a lot of
Each
these
year.
why a lot of these other cultures marry their women off so young, because the egg quality and the healthier children come from younger women,
Right.
which is a little cringe when you think about it.
Yeah,
a
I
little
was just like,
disgusting.
Here's the thing, ladies. We actually don't make more eggs.
No.
The millions that we have from birth, that's it. So
And by the time
and
you're
by the-
actually able to fertilize them, it's not millions anymore.
Right. So it's like it's not like we're making more, like unlike with guys, you know what I'm saying?
just producing.
They're producing more of their fish, but we're not producing more eggs. So it's like once it's gone, it's gone. So don't believe that hype, because that's not the rule. That's the exception with women out there that can, still have normal, healthy pregnancies and healthy babies. But anyway.
So look, I don't want to keep it too much longer. I'm looking at the time. So we're going to wrap it up. But it's just one of those things, unfortunately, where a lot of women are finding stuff out too late that they should have known.
Right.
This should be readily available information from like high school. Like women need to know going into college what the trade-off is for wanting to postpone families, wanting to postpone marriage. There are consequences for that. I would never tell somebody, yo, just jump and get married at 18, jump and get married at 22, whatever. Because then you got to take the other side about our brains not even being fully developed as men and women until we're 25.
You and your purpose and all that.
So there's a lot, but at the same time, you need to be aware, the longer I wait, the harder it's going to be for me to have kids as a woman, and the more issues I'm going to have when it comes to that, just health-wise. We ain't talking about nothing else but health.
Right. And I was going to say, and another thing too, there was another study that we read. People who don't look like us, when they send their kids off to college, their mindset is completely different. For the women, their goal when they go to college is to leave with a fiance. And we don't do that for our children. We tell our children, no, you need to go to college so you can go get your education or what have you, so you can go out here and get this job. We tell that to our girl children. And while, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I think that if you want to go to college and that aligns with your purpose and what it is that you want to do, fine, great, go do it. But I think it's dangerous for us to tell our kids that, oh, well, when you go to school, you don't need to be focused on that, or don't worry about this.
Come on now, dog.
No, because you could miss out big time. You know what I mean? Because think about it, like once you graduate, where are you going to necessarily find someone unless maybe from work? And then a lot of times that's frowned upon, dating in the office. But it's just like, don't be closed off to the idea of dating with the purpose of marriage in the back of your mind. You want to be vetting people while you in school. Get your degree, yes, but you can also be vetting people out to see if this is potentially what you want, if you know in your heart of hearts that you do want to be married.
Yes.
But yeah, we said we was going to end this video because the time is going long, but I just want to throw that in there.
I unfortunately have 2 more points. Number one, college and work are one of the last 2 places that a young adult gets to be able to vet people effectively and see them in action in situations that are not just we're out for a date. That's one thing. You don't want to hit this dating market.
No, God, please, no.
You hit this dating market, you're in for a whole nother thing, because now you're dating people who you don't know and you have no idea about who they are or how they handle situations. Also, just a random nugget. I wonder why there are so many more women in college now than men.
Things that make you say,
especially with our color. I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that the dads are not in the home.
Hey, son. I'll be back next week to pick him up again.
That number is just, because at one point it was like even. At one point it was more of us, and then things got even, which is where it should have been. And then now women are going to school a whole lot more. Why are the men being left behind? You don't think it has anything to do with the fact that we have a lot of broken homes? Nothing to do with it. Just something to think about.
Just in case y'all new to our channel, this is the channel for married people,
By married people, and for people who want to be married.
Just in case y'all ain't hear me say this before, I feel as though that is the biggest problem in our society. Almost everything stems from there, the fact that we have broken homes.
Yeah. So that was just a quick nugget. Unfortunately, we don't got time to stick on it for a long period of time and try to convince y'all of anything, but it's just something to make you think and wonder, because it seems a little odd that all of a sudden that's the situation that we're in at the same time that the broken home rate in our communities is shooting up. So there might be a reason for that, because a lot more of us are going to jail and getting in trouble, but we're not going to college. It's a little interesting, isn't it? And it matches up with a lot of the fatherless home stats somehow. Maybe connected. Anyway, something to think about. The things you do have consequences. Look, we're done. You keep on talking, keep on coming up with points. Look,
Check out this video over here.
Okay.
Or over here.
Yeah. No, it's the video is right here in the middle.
Oh,
like
okay.
move your head to the side right there.
Oh.
Move your head right there. But the video is gonna be right here. The subscribe button is gonna be in the middle, and that's how we gonna do it. All right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Press the off button.